Battle lines are drawn up.
Through a firework.
Yeah.
Minds have been made up.
Unless you can identify them, send them back.
But what if the truth is more complex?
Considering it's paid for by the government, that is wrong.
They just assume, you know, I'm from abroad, you know, but I was born here.
This is Britain, inside the divide. When they dreamt of England, they didn't reckon on the Metropole Hotel. Marooned on the Lancashire coast, home to hundreds of asylum seekers. Focus of anger most weekends. Fury on the outside. Fear on the inside. A dividing line few are brave enough to cross. But Mohammed wants to talk. We're protecting his identity. He tells us he's fleeing political persecution and torture back home. But he never bargained for what Britain would offer.
How is the hotel?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. Bad. Very, very bad.
We have images from inside, taken within the past few months. The hotel's operator, Serco, insists these problems have been fixed, that no concerns have been raised by official bodies. But still, it's far from the paradise Mohammed says he imagined.
Food, not good. Smell. I am sick.
And then there are the protests. Mohammed reenacts the moment his wife was attacked.
2 people.
Through a firework.
Yeah, fire.
And it hit your wife?
Yeah.
No, I'm very shocked and very sad, and they cried.
She is too scared to step outside, but speaks to us from the hotel.
Do you feel under siege inside there?
Yeah. Still in my room. Don't go outside. The life in this hotel is very difficult, very hard.
Blackpool has more than its fair share of problems, and some say more than its fair share of migrants too. This town has long been a cheap place for authorities to house refugees of many kinds. But that pits those who have almost nothing against those with even less.
Less than a mile away, in his barely furnished flat, Nathan is making sandwiches and making a difference.
So I was homeless myself in Blackpool, and I'm a recovering drug addict. I'm just over a year clean, and I've got to the point where I feel ready to put something back into the community.
He takes food and warm drinks to men and women he once lived with on Blackpool streets.
If it wasn't you helping these guys, is there anybody else helping them?
No, there's no one that's doing what I'm doing, no. That's why I've done what I'm doing, because it's not there, it's needed. Do you want a brew, brother?
Yes, I'll be back. Yeah.
You're all right.
Like so many in this town, he's a migrant of sorts himself, though only from Manchester. And among those glad of his company is Callum.
They've got the Metropole down there. Yeah, they're able to house all them. Obviously, like all the illegal immigrants and everything. And they're not doing anything for us.
The flags along the seafront, signs of the summer's protests, are fading. But the rancour isn't.
I totally sympathise with them because they're coming over from war-torn countries. Or there's a reason they're coming either way, yeah. But then you've got people who are out here that have got nothing, that are thinking, well, why can't they give me that stuff?
People think that inside the hotel it's some kind of luxurious life. The reality is they're crowded into rooms. They get £10 a week to spend. You know, the conditions are awful. They're sharing rooms.
I know
crowded.
people that have snuck into that hotel. It is absolutely minted out inside. It's full-on buffet-style meals, like school dinners kind of thing, line up. That's what they're getting. They're getting fish, different meats, everything, all different options all day. They've got fresh fruit available all day. They've got access to all these different things all day that none of us have got access to. My point is, unless you can identify them, send them back.
But we have something to show Nathan. Those pictures from inside the Metropole.
This is somebody's bedroom.
Someone's ceiling leaking there, yeah. That's not fair letting them live. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Raw sewage, and that's just wrong. Them top ones, it's water in a basement, but that is dangerous. There's kids in that hotel.
Yeah.
Considering it's paid for by the government, that is wrong. That should be in a lot better condition than that.
Any of it make you rethink the bigger picture about migrants housed in hotels in Blackpool?
The system that they've got at the minute isn't working clearly because it's causing protests and causing wars, and the government needs to make a better system to manage this whole crisis at the minute because it's not managed very well.
It's a mess.
It's a mess, it is.
Exclusive research carried out for ITV News shows that opposition to immigration has risen significantly over the past 5 years. It's high across all ages, but particularly strong among people aged 55 and older. And anti-migrant sentiment runs highest in coastal areas. Legal immigration is changing the face of Blackpool. Often newcomers are concentrated in the poorest parts of what is Britain's most deprived town. Locals tell us the protests over asylum seekers have made long-standing strains even worse.
Yeah, you can feel it in the air, like the tension and like exactly that, people like just going off your colour, you know, and I was born here. And they just assume, you know, I'm from abroad, you know, but I was born here.
Karia and her mum know both sides. Nicola's husband is from Pakistan. She says they worry for their children.
You know, it's really scary because people are upset about immigration because it has a strain on the NHS. It's got more strain on the housing, which these are issues, especially here. But they're using the immigration, some people, as an excuse just to be racist.
Do you feel confident about the future, that we can all learn to live together, whatever the colour of our skin or the religion that we follow?
I'd like to hope so, but how it's going now at the moment, it don't feel like that. It kind of feels hopeless, you know, like going back in time, it feels, you know. Yeah.
And that's a scary thought.
That's a scary thought, yeah, because if I was to ever have children, you know, and bringing them up in this world that we live in at the moment, that's scary.
As for Mohammed, his application for asylum is still pending.
Blackpool is a very poor town. Do you understand that there are people here who think asylum seekers have an easy life?
I understand why people protest against us, but I wish they would understand why I came to Britain. I'm not here for material gain. I came here because I suffered oppression, detention, and torture back home.
A few days later, Mohammed and his family are moved to another hotel many miles away. He's at the mercy of a failing system. So too are the people of Blackpool. John Ray, ITV News on the Lancashire coast.